Welcome back to Good Day. Well, some folks are okay with them, others rather squeamish. I think we know what category I fall into. How about you, Stephen? We're talking about bugs here.
So for me, bugs are okay when they're outside.
Okay, you don't like them inside as much.
No, not at all.
We've got a ton of them inside right now.
Okay.
Nick Gordon is the Toledo Zoo's Herpetology Museum manager, and he invites everyone to Bugfest this weekend, including us.
Yes.
We're getting a little preview this morning,
it's
and
time
I'm
to bug out a little bit.
I'm freaking out a little bit.
Oh, what's going on with that?
Oh, he's getting out.
Attendant that already wants to come out
He's
and
getting
check us out. So what we actually have is a bunch of different invertebrates, right?
Okay.
Often we know them as bugs. So we are actually going to be highlighting a bunch of different invertebrate and bug diversity at Bug Day this Saturday at the Toledo Zoo. So we're going to have all sorts of different cool activities where kids can come up, and adults, for the ones that aren't so squeamish, that can come up and get a live look at plenty of up-close bugs. So we've got a bunch of different ones here today.
Those are, you said, the millipedes?
Yeah, so these are actually giant African millipedes. So we have a couple of them.
Wow. So
the legs are really, they're big.
Yeah, so that's where they get their name. Millipede comes from the amount of pede being leg, and then you can actually see how when they crawl across, they use all those into basically
it's like he's
giant.
floating.
It does look pretty cool.
Now I will say it actually just feels like Velcro. So if you're feeling up to it,
He's gonna do it.
pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it is.
So the good thing about these guys is they all have what we call an exoskeleton. So they're basically built for armor. So
You okay?
don't worry, that one didn't feel
okay?
it. But you'll feel it for the next 5 years. Every night when you wake up, think about it.
Did it feel like Velcro?
I feel like I'm sweating now.
No, you're all good. You're all
I don't
good.
even know if I can do my
Heart's
job
racing.
at this point. What am I supposed to ask you, Nick?
I don't know. You asked
What
me.
is this, a beetle?
Yeah, so this is a really cool beetle here. We've actually
Sure, a
got
really
the
cool beetle.
Eastern Hercules beetle. So this one is actually
Hercules.
a native species. So while they don't often come out in this area, we can actually get these guys. So this is the adult form. They typically live about 4 to 6 weeks, sometimes a little bit longer.
That's it?
Yeah, so
Okay.
they spend a lot of time as a larval form. Much like a butterfly.
Sure.
Yeah.
They would go through a kind of metamorphosis. So we're going to actually
And
show
they turn
you
into that.
another type of beetle.
Okay.
This is
Oh,
a
that one's
different
buried?
type of Hercules beetle.
Oh,
But
I'm really.
this-
Oh my goodness, what is that?
so this is a grub or a larva of what is a giant Hercules beetle. So this species now, we don't have to worry about it because it's from South and Central America, and eventually will go and emerge.
Where's Pumbaa
into
when you
a-
need him? We
Yeah,
need
right?
Pumbaa.
So-
Or Timon.
Yeah.
What am I looking at? Is this
Yeah, so this
That's
is the
his
head
head?
right here.
okay?
And then basically this is the kind of body, the legs, and then what this will do is it'll go into kind of a chrysalis or a pupa phase, and it'll kind of, much like a butterfly hanging out of a chrysalis,
Okay.
it'll spend some time in that, often a quite long time, and then it'll emerge into a full beetle. Not exactly like this one. These are going to be much bigger.
I was gonna say that thing's massive.
Yeah, no.
So is he looking to bury himself back into the dirt there?
So in the wild, they would basically be down in wood,
Okay.
leaf litter, debris, anything that they can kind of stay away from getting picked off by Timon and Pumbaa.
Right.
Yeah, makes a
Slimy
lot
and
of sense.
satisfying.
And we have
Exactly.
some scorpions here as well. We won't
Yeah.
be touching those, right?
No, so these are both venomous species. Well, we'll let him hang out there. He's chosen his place.
Oh, wait, there he goes.
Now he wants to leave. So we do have 2 species of scorpions here.
Okay.
And we won't be handling those because they are venomous.
Okay.
While they're not medically significant like some species, they still would probably ruin your morning.
Yeah.
We don't want that. So
No, we don't want that. No.
We've actually got the most common probably species that most people know about, which is our emperor scorpion here. These guys are from Africa. So they're actually interesting that they're more of a tropical species. And then we have our desert hairy scorpion right here, which is from the southwest U.S. So if you're out in Arizona, even
see 'em
some
out
of
there.
the, Nevada and such.
Yeah,
you can
keep
actually
that guy
find
in there,
these.
will you?
I know.
I'm trying to get out.
I still feel him crawling up my arm.
Exactly.
So,
So
wow.
we'll switch gears here a little
Yeah,
bit
you-
because we've seen all the scary creeping.
Yeah,
So-
you got something a little cuter.
Yeah, so Nick, while you're transitioning to something a little more you know, friendlier to look at. When you're talking to the kids and adults as well,
they're all excited.
Yeah, what's your goal with talking about these bugs?
So our goal is all about education. We want an opportunity to basically have people be able to hold a Malaysian leaf insect.
I thought it was a leaf.
They probably would never get the chance to.
That is so cool.
What we can do is we can kind of give a new perspective. So most people kind of are a little squeamish around bugs. We aim to just try and give some new light on that. So this is our great opportunity to be like, hey, yeah, they're a little creepy, they're a little crawly,
it's like an olive branch right there.
How exciting is something like this
that looks like a legitimate
exactly
leaf that it's just
like
hanging out in. That's very, very cool. Very cool. And then you've got some walking sticks too, I think I saw in there.
So yeah, these guys are actually a lot of fun, and I think you guys are going to really like them because they are basically like a giant stick.
What?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so these guys.
I still don't want to hold it.
Yeah, these guys are from
Australia. That guy's going somewhere too.
Perfect.
Oh, Steven's going to do this one too.
Yeah.
I think he'll stay
You
there.
want to get the memory of the other one out of your head? Is that what's happening here?
Yeah, I just think he's cool, though.
He is cool.
So the nice thing is, these guys don't really bite or anything. They
don't really
bite.
Unless you're a
he's
leaf,
coming
you're
toward
going to
your
be all right. But the nice thing is they actually have these adapted little hooks on their legs, so they're perfectly adapted for climbing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I see the little...
He's like, hello.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's fight.
What's up, buddy?
And what they'll do is they'll basically just hang out on a branch, basically disappearing. So if you saw these, if you saw these actually out in the wild, you most likely would never see them because they are so well camouflaged that you would never know.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. And obviously the families can come out this weekend, right?
Yeah, so
and experience all of this.
Yep, we're going to have a ton of opportunities for people to get up close and personal with bugs, whether you'd like to touch them or not. But we also have a ton of other different activities going on at the zoo. We have a lot of different feeds that are based around inverts. We also have a bunch of different workshops, and we even have a lot of games for kids to partake in. So we have things like battle bugs, and then we're even debuting our very first Arthropod 500, the cockroach races. So if you're feeling like you want to come out and see some cockroaches race against each other,
can we pull those out?
You have some in there. I know there's cockroaches in here. My daughter would get a kick out of this, I will say. You know, kids, you know, they're young and they don't know better.
Exactly. So these guys are pretty neat.
I
lived in Florida long enough. I've had come across my fair. Look, those things are massive.
They are, yeah.
Do they move pretty fast?
They do if they are motivated.
So you got to give them some food on the end.
Yeah, so
you're taking them out.
If you guys would like to, we are happy to do it for you.
Go ahead. You can take them out.
You did this.
We'll just do one. So these are actually called bat cave roaches, and I'll give you one guess where they get their name.
From a bat cave.
Exactly. They live primarily in bat caves. So these guys, we actually have a really cool exhibit at the zoo that you can come and see, and we've mimicked stalactites and stalagmites, and we have probably a few thousand of these in here. So that is a
he's jumping.
Okay.
All right.
So Saturday and Sunday, or when is this happening?
Just Saturday.
Just Saturday.
We'll have all different activities happening all throughout the day.
Hiding behind
so
me now.
Whether you're a little bit hesitant or you're a huge bug nerd like us, come on out. We invite everybody to come. All ages welcome, and all fear levels welcome too.
Awesome. Thanks for bringing your friends.
Absolutely.
Thanks
for having us.
That was fun. You're really good sports, Stephen.
Tried.
All right, we're gonna go wash our hands because we're gonna be cooking here.
Yeah, we'll bug out a little bit more.
We'll be right back. Stay with us.